Okay. This should be streaming, but perhaps not. There we go. Okay. Alright, so I have to go ahead and just mute my volume on my phone where I was keeping track of all this, or it's really going to mess with my head. In any case, welcome back to episode 19 of Keeping It Real with Strix and Space Engineers. I did an awful lot of mining in between last episode and this one. And have let it do some processing on all of that. And I should actually have the parts to get started on welding up my apartment and my medical room. Should have all that stuff over there in my Imhotep. That being said, I should have enough stuff in there to potentially get this jump drive online, which would be amazing. I am pretty darn sure I've got enough stuff to get basic thrusters on there, especially since its primary forward and backward power is going to come from hydrogen thrusters. Whoa, I just flew straight back towards my miner without thinking. I've been, like I said, doing mining. So flying backwards right off the bat has been what I've been doing. Now I'm jumping back into the Imhotep. I don't need to be doing that. Fortunately, no damage. Everything's good. So let's go ahead and get down here and weld these things up. Helps if I have my lights turned on so I can see. I also went ahead underneath and set up a bunch of conveyors. While that's doing its work, I'll come up over here. Some of these are actually going to be cut out, like probably this one and the one across from it are going to be cut out for hydrogen boosters. But for the most part, that's the conveyor network I'll be using. Didn't use the nicer looking tubes because I'm not planning on seeing any of that. If I'm seeing that, it's because the station has taken damage. I've got the stuff to get those vents as well. I did go ahead and finish welding up that cargo container when I was coming through and welding up the conveyors by hand in between episodes. Just figured that could be useful overall. And then haven't done anything with it. Because of course everything is still on recharge and I haven't thrown any uranium in yet. I still need to go mine more uranium, but I want yield modules set up first to make it more worth it. Howdy there, Bob. Yep, decided to see if this PC could actually live stream now that I've got new internet and everything, and it seems to be working great. I think I have the stuff for the O2H2 generator as well. Pretty sure I have that other vent. So let's just get these welded up. park this and get all that working on a bunch of conveyor thingies. I'll just have it make conveyor blocks. It has all the materials I need in excess of what I need. If I have too much at the end of all this, I can always disassemble. So jump into here, large blocks, conveyors. And there's enough for 30 of those. 15,000 iron, which isn't really even touching what I've got for iron. Yeah, if I'm not careful with the Emotep, I can easily smash things turning that while it's empty. It's definitely got enough gyroscopes for when it's full. Oh look, I'm tired and I have a bed now. If I actually turn on those batteries. I wonder how long of charge do they have just sitting here? 12 days. And that's because of the lights that are in the fish tank and the corridors draining power. Yeah, this little station should work pretty nice. I think I'm going to, once I've got this station operational, delete and grind down this outpost. Not because I'm abandoning the area, but because I didn't really leave myself a lot of room to expand this little outpost. And I need this base area to be a lot larger. If I'm going to be coming back here and using this for refining, primary refinery, definitely need more refineries in there with yield modules. Oh, I forgot to put that in still. May as well go ahead and set this up while I'm here though. This sorter should be draining all whitelist and stone. In emergency, if I need it to do uranium or something else, I can whitelist that instead. But for the most part, the station is going to be for taking the Linhart out mining for all of the different things that I'll need and coming back and dropping off just those ores. This is for refining all of that stone down. And I want 4 yield modules on here so I get as much out of the stone as possible. That being because I have no ejection methods for stone on the Linhart. When playing on realistic, every little bit of iron, nickel, and silicon help. I don't want to waste it. So let's just go ahead, show everything, hide, cargo, and find all the components this way, because it's already thrown them elsewhere. Oh, not too bad. And that's a couple more minutes worth of stuff to get done there. Batteries are currently on recharge. That is, all of my uranium I had is finally processed, so 96.2 uranium in the reactor there. I'm probably going to have to take this back down to the planet soon to find more meat and hope that I can find fruits and vegetables. Oh, well, that's a little thing I could work on. Do I have room anywhere in the station for that? I sure do. Yeah, I can put I already have conveyors on the block. I just need interior plates. Go ahead and place that there. Mushroom farm there. I don't know why I wasn't thinking about these things earlier. And a composter there. The composter is greedy, and the way I'm having these connected together, it's going to steal those mushrooms constantly unless I turn it off. I like to usually have a sorter in between so I can just shut it down easily that way. And then over here, well, I probably don't want it right next to my bed, so I'll put the toilet over here. That will allow me to get some basic organic material from my waste. Speaking of, water and food would be a good thing to have right about now. There we go. Shove all that in there, and let's see if I can get what's needed for that. And all of these. These are connected through the vent there, so that'll be fine. Don't have to do any additional conveying under there. And now let's see. How am I doing towards what I need? Small cargo container is the other place it was throwing these things. There we go. So now it's just throwing together everything needed for those few devices I just threw down, so that I can start doing a little bit of farming over there. I think I can turn off the composter block. If I can't, I'll just grind it down for a while and build it up when I need it. Let's see. Can I look at that? Yeah, I can turn that off. And I will just leave it off for now. Give me stuff. When I rebuild this platform, I probably want at least one refinery for each ore, and I'll probably still only have one assembler on there, but that's because I'm already moving primary assemblers to this station, which itself is also temporary. But that's how things are in realistic mode. You have to build everything in steps, and you're going to be deleting a lot of what you built. But the evolution of technology can be fun. So all this stuff is going to be done fairly quickly, and then I can get that welded up. I believe I threw a few thousand steel into there as well. I guess not. Huh. Oh, that was before I had issues, which you'll notice every now and then, every 5 minutes, it's going through an autosave. That's because I lost like 2 hours worth of work. So on the tail end of this, let's get that 5,000 steel plates queued up. I need those so I can start doing the lower shell underneath the conveyor network here, because some of that is going to be where I'm placing my gyroscopes as well to let this thing turn. So let's see. Oh, right. I know why I was doing that. I stopped hiding everything. Silly me from getting basic things. Alright, there we go. Finally good to get back to work. And let's go ahead and start with the new farming blocks. And then I'll go underneath and get everything else. So I definitely want to get working on those and using those. And I'm going to need organic material, so I need a toilet. Or to go back to the earth like earlier than I thought. I don't like that idea. Okay. Go down from here. And I should be able to weld up at least a vast majority of these. I didn't do any direct counts on anything. I just threw a bunch of crap in there for conveyor blocks. So we'll see, but I should be able to get a chunk. I don't think I have an antenna on the outpost. Otherwise, I would just go ahead and remote tell it to make more, just in case. It definitely got the port and starboard sides done with no issue, though. I keep bumping. Let's use the camera instead. Maybe I'll bump less. If I have a more clear view of where my tip is. So yeah, let's come at it where both welders can actually hit. I'm on the port welder right now, as far as my view goes. I wonder if I have the stuff to get that vent. Come on, vent. I do. Haha. Not that any of that is airtight, but if it were, that would all have O2 now. And this is where I run into the potential problems of not actually having enough to give myself redundancies and plenty of coverage over here. There's quite a number of tubes, actually. That being said, it's still not to my liking for what I would be doing for a more permanent structure. I would have a lot more redundancies for a permanent structure. That looks like I'm out. Yep. So let's go park this, get it building some more conveyor parts. And go start some farming, see what I can do there. Oh, I'm off. There we go. Oh, right. Let's go ahead and go conveyor. Give me 20 more and just move those off to the end. Now back here, just sit here for a little bit and gather some organic material. I also have to keep an eye on my food because that goes down rapidly. And I can't eat out in space. I will suffocate. Have to go back to the Linhart is where everything is stored right now. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab 2 of those because that's what it's going to take to fill me back up, I think. It might be more than that. Let's just go ahead and grab 6 more. That way I just have to jump in here and eat real fast and then put my helmet back on before leaving. A private sail flying by. So it's 3 to get back up to full food. Helmet. And sitting at 0.7 organic material. I don't know exactly how much I need for starting with mushrooms, but I'm going to try to get around 1.5. I think that would be a decent start. I keep trying to reach for a pack of cigarettes that is not there. Waiting for my wife to get back from the store. She was going and doing things, including picking up smokes. My goodness. So getting all of that fully contained is something I should definitely work on fairly quickly so I don't have to fly back and forth to eat. Because that's actually taking a lot of time. So 1.3, let's see what I can do with the mushroom farm at 1.3. I need ice and gravel in here as well. I can get some of that. Let's just queue a few thousand, it's fine. ice and gravel. I will grab 1,000 ice and what gravel I can, which obviously wasn't much. That actually might not have even been enough gravel for what it needs. So let's try again. There we go. 1,000 gravel. That might actually do some good on this. Missing items. No, you've got everything. You don't have absolutely every bit of everything. Oh, I need 2 organic to get started there. Just for 1. So, more time on the toilet. I have 1.35 organic over there, so I need 0.65 organic material. I think I might need a magazine or something. I don't know. 0.65. Okay. Kind of half starved, but there's the 2 it takes for you to actually do that mushroom thing. So that's just making 1 mushroom, or 1 crafting of mushrooms. I don't know how many that makes. I guess we'll see when it gets done. In the meantime, make sure that I'm not starving anymore. And I should have parts to throw on board the Emotep. Okay, let's see. Where's that small cargo container? Hiding down here. I probably should go ahead and clean out those refineries. See how I'm doing overall on ingots at this time. Doing pretty decent on platinum, 83.2. Stuff goes a long way. There we go. That should be enough to finish all of this. That I can check the mushroom farm and see how that's doing. Off over here, but I apparently missed a spot back there. Oh, I just turned, that's what it was. Still not sure if I want this to be a T or if I'm just going to make that a conveyor block. Like the rest of the areas I have coming down for guns on the bottom. Whoa, no, Emotep, go back up. There you go. Get that all welded together. Then move over. I honestly don't know why I did this weird curve. That will probably be ground out of here, because I could just do a conveyor block right on the crosshair and go straight there and not have to worry about a weird loop. Might overall work better. If I put a conveyor block there, I could probably put in side boosters. And yeah, this isn't gonna work because my wall needs to be right there. I don't think I was thinking very clearly when I set all of this up down here. That's what happens when you're just tinkering around at like 3 o'clock in the morning. Go ahead and park right here for now. And let's go see how the farming is doing. Yeah, I can leave lights on. How's the mushroom farming? 55% complete. Well, I want to know how much you make. Get done. And then I can get this running and figure out how much compost I can get from the mushrooms that are made here. And it should be a feedback loop to where I don't have to sit forever on a toilet. That's the hope anyway. Let's see. How much steel do I have on here right now? A couple thousand. And some other bits that would help me with building conveyors and such. So let's go ahead and get under here and fix my mess. Put some light on there. Ow. Okay, guess what? My welders are still on. There we go. Now I won't cook myself on those. Come here, floating bit. Okay, so that needs to be a block, that needs to be a block. Actually, no. That needs to be just a straight tube. This needs to be a conveyor block. And then, if I can find my ship, go ahead and grab some of these plates here. Drag that straight over. Okay, so that's that particular mess handled. I can weld that up now. And then I've got that big unnecessary curve I can clean up. Which is right over here. So let's turn the welders off this time. Okay. And these two. Really glad I turned those welders off, or I would have definitely cooked myself there. Okay, how many is that? 3? Well, that's actually more than what I currently need. 1 there, 1 there. And there's an unnecessary curve dealt with under here. That looks better. I've got 2, 3, 4, 5. I should put one there for 6, 7, 8, 9 guns on the bottom. Yeah, that sounds good. Weld that up. I could also put one over there, but I think that might be overkill for a small station. All right. So now comes the fun part, running around putting armor on all of this, figuring out how to shell it. And I need thrusters as well. Maybe I should figure out the thrusters first. Okay, so I got 20 mushrooms for 2 organic matter. And this just immediately breaks down anything that goes into it into organic matter. So, thrusters. Where do I want to sneak in thrusters? So I've got a little note I wrote for myself here on thruster damage in space for large grid. I'm using small thrusters no matter which way, whether it's ion or hydrogen, and those have a damage range of 3 blocks. So let's just go ahead and grab that one and that one. I don't need the large, but so 3 blocks of space required. So if I were to put this here, that would cover up to the side of this, for instance. So I didn't really leave myself that much wiggle room under here to work with, but a bit. Like that's definitely going to have enough space to sit here without burning anything. But this one wouldn't because it's got the curve in the way. Maybe I put the thrusters underneath the hangar bay that I'm going to be adding on back here. As far as the ion thrusters go. The hydrogen thrusters are a bit harder to place. But if I put that there, 1, 2, 3, and then it's the wall coming down. So that would be perfectly fine for side to side. I don't think I'm going to need much for side to side on those. And if I put these in here, that'll be fine. I'll just have to leave holes on the underside for those to blast through. Okay, this is technically superfluous and not required.
Full.
Because that's still connected to everything else on there anyway. So let's just go ahead and put all that away and throw another thruster there. So that's 2 forward, 2 backward. And 1 to each side, just using the hydrogen thrusters as boosters. That could potentially be enough. 2, 4, 6 of those. Get those queued up. They're definitely cheaper than the ion thrusters. By a lot. That's the large. There we go. 6 of those queued up. I think I will put the primary thrust under the hangar itself, because I'm going to have less conveyors in the way there. Less stuff to worry about accidentally damaging. So I think that'll work best. You. I need, yeah, interior plates. I don't know why I keep looking for steel when I'm looking for interior plates, but it is what it is. So there. This is so when I come back through and build the arbor section, I still have connections to where I'm wanting all of my guns to be. That being said, right here, I've made up my mind. I want that to be a conveyor junction. So where's that parked? Over here. Drop half of those off. Now I should be able to do this. Apparently not. Still need to drop off a little bit more. Let's drop the 3. And yeah, conveyor junction there with 1 on top of it. Wonder if I can weld any of these up. Could be worth a shot. Helps if I'm actually somewhere near the right position. Oh, there we go. Stop drifting. Okay, I know I don't have the stuff for the thrusters yet, but maybe I can get just the conveyor junction there. Aha, it worked. At some point I need to make one more ship though, probably right after I've finished this station, and that's just so I can more easily tear apart and put back together the outpost itself into a refinery location. And there we go, out of parts. Well, at least I got some of it done. But I need the half of the Imhotep that I tore apart. I need a grinder ship. Whoa. There we go. At least having the large thrusters fore and aft makes it a bit easier to swing around and make it start behaving. And these are the two primary ships that are going to be docked on that station. So it's actually really good having this parking set up here. I'll be able to measure exactly how long my hangar needs to be and how wide. Which actually that's going to work out pretty well to evening out with my production and storage nose of the ship. Let's see, that's completed all of what it was working on for the thrusters. Go ahead and make me a bunch more conveyor parts. While I'm looking for all the bits that you already made. Okay, that's on board the ship. There we go. So that's working out pretty well, I think. I might actually get this station mostly completed today, even. But in the meantime, let's grab a bunch of steel. And start looking at putting in armor. So all of this is going to be dropping down one, except of course right in front of those. Yeah. Was just thinking if I wanted to make that skinnier or keep going the route I am, and yeah, I think I'll just go this way. Which is to say, rounding it off right where I was already looking at. You don't belong there. Oh, not rounding it off, angling it off, whatever. And then back here. And interior corners, and then back to the slopes. Nice solid blocks. So how's that gonna look? Yeah, I think that'll be great. And then for the top here, let's say if I want it too tall, then it'll be right there. Right? Yeah, okay. Now I can feed up from my med station a gun up on this side, but I don't really think that's necessary. And nor do I think a window is necessary over here. There's nowhere I can really get to enjoy a window. So I'll just wall the rest of this off. I don't know how much of this welding the Emotep has stuff to get done with, but probably not a tiny amount. Yeah, I guess the way I was building that, there's still a doorway going in, so yeah. This stuff could be really hard to weld with the Emotep, so let's just grab as much steel as I can so that I can go get those. I can get 3 at a time. I just need to get this interior bit though, that it's not going to be able to reach. There we go. Perfect. I get 4 organic out of 2 organic. So now I will start farming thousands of mushrooms. And I'll just keep that feedback loop going back and forth. Oh, howdy, Owen. Okay, so where is the assembler at on parts? It's finished its parts. Speaking of parts, I still had some on me. So let's just find all of these and start stuffing them where I can fit them. Modular. Come on, where are you hiding everything? There we go. And I guess that is all of the components. Wiggle, wiggle. I guess it's a little on the full side now. Only about halfway. Still turns really nice. Okay, I believe the parts I was doing were conveyors and for my boosters. So let's get these finished real quick, and then I'll start on that med bay shell. Okay, Emotep, stop sliding. There you go. Get these little side boosters on. Need to take a drink over here too. May as well get this as I'm sliding past it. Get to where you're welding on both. There you go. Whoops, bumping around again. Okay, there's a little bit of forward and backward maneuverability. Well, kind of. There is no hydrogen storage on this yet. That's obviously something I'm going to need to put in. I will probably stuff that somewhere in the hangar. I tend to make hangars much larger than I actually need them to be, so I should have space. Saw a text, thought it was a message from my wife. It was not. Every now and then other people text me. Can I get in there? Aha! I was able to sneak one welder into there to weld that one up. And I'll probably have the same problem on the other side. And obviously I forgot the angles on this end. So I'll be heading back over there before long. Let's just cruise on around. Okay, over here I did not miss those. So over here it'll be a little more tricky to get into there, I think, but not impossible. I got it. There we go. Just got to get sneaky with it. Fully welded up. I do think I want to switch to doing, once I've got this station completed, build myself large grid variants of my builder, grinder, and miner, so I can use those to build a much bigger and nicer station. I grab some more steel plates. And then I think I'll be ready to actually start tackling Factorum. Put these back in here. Okay, let's see. Just got assaulted by the wife running in, throwing stuff at me and running away. Which means she still likely has other things to grab, and the dogs are being crazy to boot. I can hear them. But when are dogs not crazy? If your dogs aren't crazy, then do you have dogs? Okay. Up. I see you up there. That entire side. And then of course I've got the rest of the top on the med bay to finish up. Oh, I just turned that off. I thought I was turning it on. And I'm getting hung up on things because my side thrusters aren't working as well as I want them to because I'm full. Or at least the ship thinks it's full. I mean, I am just using 4 little side thrusters on each side. It's not a lot of power. Okay, and while this is welding up the next face, I'm going to reach behind me and grab the smokes I see because I've been wanting a cigarette since I got this started an hour ago. Oh, come on. Come on, Imhotep. You can still move. Alright, and with this, the med bay itself is technically airtight. I say technically because there are no doors anywhere in this station at this time. And the rest of the station is still wide open. But the med bay is fully enclosed now. And I left these little nooks here in the side next to the corridors. I bet those would work really nice for ion thrusters. I'll have to get in there and look at that. First, let's weld up this bit that I missed. And get this thing back to where it goes. Oh. Well, hello, unwelded section over here. Why didn't you get welded up like you should have? Alright, now I can go and park this. Figure out what I need next and get loaded into it. Go ahead and park this sideways. It's aiming more towards where it needs to be anyway. There we go. Give me steel. And let's see. I don't really care which thrusters I use because I'm going to hide them either way. But if I did that and that, that's still going to allow side to side here. Yeah, I think I like that. Then I just need to figure out up and down. Oh, well, those are pretty easy to figure out too. because I haven't put any corners on this yet. I can just slot those in there like that. And that handles the up. And we'll just sneak down in here like this. That's incorrect. That should be right there. Which actually means that this would need to go 2 higher or have a hole there. Most likely I'll just leave a hole there for those. Now this isn't going to let the station move very quickly in any direction. But that's why I keep referring to it as a station instead of a ship. It doesn't need to move quickly. It just needs to be able to hold its position or move very slowly. As far as moving any further, that's why it's got the jump drive and the additional hydrogen boosters it can kick on. Get rid of all that. I want to go see how my farming is doing, and I can't just fly into there now. Now I have to walk in. I still need to do lighting and all of this. So it's completed 1 run of the mushrooms. It's working on the second one at 64%. How well are the batteries doing here? 9 days. So I definitely should go and mine some more uranium. And or steal a bit from here for those 2 reactors. So let's just grab 40 ingots. Inventory, reactor, 20 apiece. And go ahead and set these batteries to recharge. I will put, of course, the same power switch that's on the outpost onto this station. Just haven't gotten around to that yet. How long is that going to last, though? Because I do want to keep an eye on things. That's 110 days. How long is it going to take for these batteries to recharge? 21 minutes. Okay, so in 21 minutes I want to come back and hit that. Just reading Blob's message about having to pause me for a while. That is perfectly fine. You'll get up here eventually and see that. Anyway, I was trying to get cigarettes and I keep distracting myself and not doing that. So let's get these finally. And I should go out and get more uranium. I had loaded up. There we go. H2O and uranium, nice sized. And let's go ahead and swing out to that. It's only 21 kilometers away. Man, that is starting to actually look like a little bit of a station now. It looks like more of a station than what I'm living in, that's for sure. Okay, so I'm just gonna aim above that asteroid, because I'm pretty sure that's the one I'm flying to that I'm able to see there. And it's a good thing I'm in the Linhart. I need water and food. Make sure it's done drinking first. Because the system isn't really made for food and water if you do both too closely together. you will cut the one off that you had been doing. Okay, I didn't mean to turn that light off. I meant to jump out and turn that light off. There we go. That message, but you'll see it when you get back since you're going to continue watching later. But let's see. Oh, well, that's silly of me. I had turned off my Strict Outpost B mark. Not good to turn off your home marker when you're flying away. Wrong button. Try to remember exactly where the uranium was on this rock. I just remember that it was a very good source of uranium. And mostly that because I marked that it's nice sized. I do still need to do something about speed, but that's what the station is for, so I can just jump closer to these and have the Linhardt jump out and eat it. Take it back to the station. Not only that, when going on a slow cruise, that station will be able to see things much farther away than my small grid miner. Especially if I'm springing for the azimuth ore detectors, which I just turned on because I'm getting closer to this, and it looks like it's on the lower end of that asteroid. Go ahead and get rid of that mark. Try to bounce between third person and the camera itself to be able to find what I'm looking for. Of course, it's a lot easier once it splits those. And it looks like the other side of this is where I'll find that. Swing past that ice real fast, I guess. And uranium. Yes, now I remember. It's inside this nook in here. Which I could have gotten to from the other side, and I'll be leaving through the other side. But it's harder to see this from the other side. And right in here is the uranium. Make sure I'm turned in here right. And hit number 5 and just go to mining. Don't need the ore detector on anymore. That's just useless information at this point. Right, as many lights as I have on this ship, as bright as it makes the area around it, this is still very dark in this hole. it not have me live anymore? Okay, it's still showing me as live. Okay, so it does still have me as live. It's just being weird, I guess. I was a little afraid because I'm watching it on my phone to keep track of the live chat. It just wasn't there anymore. This is my first live stream after all. I have no idea what I'm doing here. Cargo, let's see. Man, uranium takes forever to mine. So very long. Diving deeper and deeper into the hole. But I have very little uranium to show for it. At least the Linhart can dig its own hole very well, though. And that's sitting at around 30k uranium, because 2.4 in here. That should have me covered for a little while longer on the station and the outpost. And I think I'm going to go ahead and call the stream here and see how everything worked overall. If it worked well enough, I will probably be streaming this daily instead of doing recordings. If you enjoyed today's video, go ahead and hit the like button down below. And if you want to see more of what I'm getting up to, there's always that subscribe button.